Hello, welcome to TBS. Tonight we're going to read about um, Grant Solomon. He died in July of 2020 in a supposed truck accident in a sports complex parking lot where he was meeting his father, Aaron Solomon, to either hang out or discuss something. They had not seen each other. Perhaps it has been said by people that may or may not be lying that he saw his dad for the first time in 2 years that night. But we'll see. So if you haven't heard of the story, heard of the case, Grant Solomon was an 18-year-old boy who was really good at baseball. His parents were Angie and Aaron Solomon. His dad, Aaron, they live in Franklin, Tennessee. His dad, Aaron, and his mom, Angie, sent him and his little sister, Gracie, to Christian school. They went to a very prominent Christian church and attended with very high-ranking officials in the government of Tennessee. The dad was a sportscaster and sports TV news anchor and then became a financial analyst. And his mother has a doctorate in something Angie does. They divorced, Angie and Aaron, in 2013, and ever since then, Angie has been very litigious, accusing Aaron of child molestation, physical abuse, sexual abuse for herself. Over and over, the kids went back and forth in custody, and to this day, the younger daughter, Gracie, is actually in DCIS custody. The mom is widely known, and this is not just me saying this, she's widely known and has been proven in court to be not just a liar, but a compulsive liar, like psychological, something is wrong with her. And the dad, when being interviewed on the scene and when calling 911 and talking afterwards about his son Grant, showed no emotion about his son's death, and his daughter has accused him of rape. So it's very crazy. The family, Grant seemed to be the kid who was stuck in the middle of these two parents. The daughter, Gracie, seems to have been under, and maybe still is under, the influence of her mother. And they look alike and act alike as far as what's being said. But Grant seemed to be wanting his own life. He had baseball, he had his friends, he had a girlfriend. And they both Angie's family and Aaron's family side with none of them. They don't want to get involved. The courts have wiped their hands of this case, saying that they no longer want to take part in anything having to do with Grant, Gracie, Angie, or Aaron. So what we want to learn is something that hasn't been able to have been found out by the police, which is, was Grant killed by his father, by his mother, by someone else, or was it an accident? It looked like, the problem is that no one can seem to agree on what happened to his body, as far as how far he was dragged, how far he was his own body put into a ditch, or did the truck fall on him? Was someone driving it? Did it roll? There are no answers to any of these questions, and people are outraged. Probably something good old boys type thing is going on here, but it could also just be it was an accident and everything's been blown out of proportion. But let's see. This is going to be something. I don't know how the cards are going to respond to this kind of thing, but I do want to try it and see what happens. And I want justice for Grant because he reminds me of my nephew, who is also deceased from an accident. Sometimes teenagers get stuck in a very weird place where they want to please both families in a divorce. They feel bad about themselves because of certain reasons, but they also have like really good qualities and they want to be good and they have talents and they just want to have a good life. But they get stuck with these odd people that make their life a living hell. And sometimes they don't know where to turn. And there is a possibility that Grant tried to kill himself, but it's just very bizarre. So let's see what we got here. So we want to ask the cards, what happened to Grant, really? We already kind of can see that his parents were not present for what he needed. So let's go and see if we can figure out what happened to Grant. And this isn't really for his family or anything. I just kind of want to know for him so people can know, because he was a good boy and he didn't deserve to have to deal with all this. Let's see the first card here. Oh, okay. He gets the regret card, the 5 of Cups. Poor thing. So, okay. I think we know where this is going here. This is his voice here. We're saying to Grant, you can talk here if you want to. If you want to come through, if you want to use the cards, that's cool. If you can't or don't, that's fine. But this is showing here the regret. Poor thing. This showed he was thinking in terms of his family as a marriage, but also in terms of his lady that he had. Maybe there was a breakup. Maybe he was afraid of marriage and she was pushing him into it. That's interesting. But I'm sure he didn't know how to feel about marriage because he went to a Christian school, he went to a Christian church, and yet his parents were divorced and having horrible problems dealing with it. Okay. 7 of Coins, he was working on something, he had a plan. Nine of Cups, he had a plan to be successful, to get out of something, to save himself, to do good. He was defending himself against his parents and against the world. And he had put this either means he had put his trust in his girlfriend, or he had put his trust erroneously in his mother. We'll see. 2 of Swords, didn't know which way he was going to go about a certain thing. He had a plan for his life, but maybe he was confused about his parents, like if he should take a side or what he should feel about his girlfriend. And he had a horrible, heavy burden on him. Now, this was showing, there was talk that he had wanted to take over his little sister Gracie's conservatorship, like to take part and be her father or guardian instead of his own parents, because he felt like they were bad and evil parents and not good enough to take care of her and that she was being corrupted. But it's unknown what she felt about this, Gracie herself. But this is showing that he was willing to sacrifice to take care of her. Let's help us, Grant, if you want to. He had told authority figures what was going on in his life, but for whatever reason, they had not given him the key to unlock the prison. and he had become a hermit in certain ways. But all teenagers hide their true feelings from most people. They may have a few chosen friends they share with, but I'm sure he felt like the peacekeeper and the hermit in the family, trying to shine the light to show them what was the truth, but they wouldn't listen and wouldn't look. And then Ace of Wands. So this is showing here he had an idea. Okay, we need some help here. How did you die, Grant? By the way, I do every reading slightly differently because everybody's different, and I just get these knowledges or ideas based on the patterns of these people, how I should read their readings, and it has to do with my own life, and I'm sure I have biases, but I do try my best. This is showing here, this Five of Wands here is showing a bunch of fighting in the family. We already knew that. Queen of Swords, he was searching for the truth. I wish let's ask, what was his girlfriend like here? The Empress to him. And Three of Wands, so he was looking towards marriage, perhaps. Empress. Queen of Cups, loving. He thought she loved her, or he thought that she loved him. He loved her. Page of Cups. There's nothing said about a child. It doesn't mean the girlfriend wasn't pregnant, but there's no child now. Could have meant also that his sister was facilitating their relationship. And Page of Swords, showing someone bringing truth into his life, them wanting to escape into the world and needing money to do that. So, oh no, what a dummy. Oh, poor thing. I wonder if he was trying to get money by getting hurt in an accident about his truck. But he died on accident. Like he in some weird convoluted way made up an idea where he and his girlfriend would get free of dealing with his parents if he used his very expensive truck to run over him and get hurt and get the insurance for it, saying it malfunctioned. But unfortunately, it went wrong. Is that the truth? King of Cups. Lovers, so the girlfriend does know more than she's saying, that's for sure. Come on now. Am I just getting that as my own idea, or is that what the cards are saying? It's hard to read when you have a slight emotional tie to it. I just feel sorry for him, you know. Come on now. The Chariot. Poor thing. So, I do believe he was seeing the truck as his way out, having his dad there as a witness. His dad not paying attention and not coming to his aid fast enough. How disgusting. Okay, I don't want to know any more about the girlfriend. We're done with that. I want to know about the truck. You other readers might know what's going on here. Maybe I wanted him to speak, not really realizing he may still be in transition, and not be able to see this himself. So let's ask the cards instead. Come on. What happened to Grant? Queen of Wands. Tower. Knight. Oh, okay. Thank you. Okay. So what it's saying is that the girlfriend had this idea. The girlfriend was similar to his mother, kind of histrionic, and wanted him to take part in this truck thing to get money so that they could be free and escape. What happened was not what they meant to happen. It was an accident. Poor boy. He knows the truth now. Wow. Okay. 7 of Swords. So I think what he and the cards are saying here is that it just was an accident that went wrong, but it was actually a staged accident where he was trying to get something. Now, I just want to make sure one more time. Is this the truth? 6 of Cups. So this is saying, as an innocent child, he made a decision that went wrong. He tried to listen to love in his life, not realizing he kind of didn't know what it was because of his family of origin. So his girlfriend knows. Will she hurt other people? Most certainly. If she didn't learn her lesson, that is. So let's see. Maybe she did. Probably not. Ace of Cups. She did love him as much as she knew how. Strength and she's come to some agreement with the mother. So, wow. Okay. Grant, I'm sorry. That's a really sad story. Your cries for help were unanswered, and when you tried to get out of it by doing something very weird, based on what someone you thought loved you told you to do, you actually died on accident. This has been a pretty weird reading, but I also usually don't do it like this either, by asking the deceased. Somehow I just felt like he was still around. Tell me what you think.